Hmm. I had another question from a fan that asked me too. This is for you if you can answer it. They said, Marisa, which one was the most memorable experience? Every experience that you WPC does, it's very memorable, right? But they said which one for you was maybe like a life changer, or something that said, oh my God, like this was such a memorable event that I will never forget. Somebody asked me that, I asked you. So I hope.
It's not easy. It's not easy. From the first experience I had in boxing, I would say Pope Francis.
Mm.
Being with the
Oh.
Pope, being with the Pope, and having the opportunity to serve the Pope with a specific program, box ball, being able to serve God from indirectly by the Pope through so many members of the WBC, it's fantastic. Also, the Jack Johnson pardon at the White House
Mm.
was tremendous. Or the events we have done with Hublo to raise funds for the Jose Sulaiman Boxers Fund, which helps so many fighters from all over the world. Or seeing the WBC belt in the space in a spaceship.
Wow.
So many things. It's gonna always be special. And Dylan White is gonna get the mandatory on February 21st. That's the date.
Oh, of 2021, right? No,
Yeah, 2021. That has been the date, and that's when the mandatory will be due at that time.
And then, I mean, I don't know if you can answer this too, but with Devin Haney, people are saying he's reinstated, he's not reinstated. Like, what's the position right now? If you can maybe elaborate a little bit more on the
Sure.
definition. Or
Devin Haney defended his title, and got an injury, which required surgery with an undetermined time for him to be back. That's why the WBC placed him champion champion in recess. We order a fight between
Fortuna and Campbell.
Mandatory contender Fortuna against Campbell, and that fight was negotiated and signed. So there's a contract. It was going to take place on April 17th precisely, and that fight didn't take place because of the coronavirus. Nobody is to blame. Nobody has responsibility over that. But now we have received a letter from Devin Haney with a medical certificate clearing him to go back to boxing. So we got a letter from Fortuna. We got a letter from Campbell. Everything is on the WBC Board of Governors voting process right now. Next week, we will have the final resolution.
Okay. Something I always, oh, you know what? Let me answer this other guy's question from Gus. He said, Mauricio, will the WBC be involved when Teofimo fights Lomachenko? Of course.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely, yes. That is precisely one of the virtues of the franchise designation. That allows Canelo Alvarez and Vasily Lomachenko, those are the two franchise champions. That gives them absolute freedom to go and pursue the greatest fights, the best fights possible in any weight category against any champion from any other organization. So this is not to hold them back or put a lock on their development as champions and the development of the boxing industry. So this is a new concept. It's a designation. We're giving it a try. We hope everyone can give the opportunity for the franchise matter to be proven, and we will see. But absolutely, Lomachenko is the WBC champion going into the fight with Teofimo, who is a great fighter, and is going to be one of the best fights of the era.
You mentioned a great point. I think you hit the right point. What I was going to say to you, you know, you guys are trying something new with the WBC and the designation, and I think sometimes people get carried away and say, "Oh, this is good" or "This is bad." Like, you know, some people are, "Oh, this is bad. This is such a bad idea." But sometimes, as they say, those that are patient, I think the results are better. So, you know, with the designation, you know, people just got to give it a little bit more time to understand the whole purpose of it, as you were just saying it right now. So, you know, credit to you, Mauricio, because it's not easy, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people have told you, "Oh, Mauricio, why would you do this?" or "Why would you do that?" Like,
and they use different words to say that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't want to say those words because, like I said, you're a person that runs the WBC, and I know you have a great team, and I know sometimes you might make maybe for the people and all the casuals and the hardcore fans unpopular choices, but sometimes it just I mean we can't please everybody, I guess. In other words, it's just tough
Yeah.
choices sometimes in life.
I'd like to say hello to Tony Nasa.
Yes, hello,
A
Tony.
great friend, great artist, and he helps so much through RX Water to make the difference. It's very nice to be associated with them.
Yeah, I just got my bottle too today. I got the WBC bottle here.
Oh, good.
Beautiful water. Yeah. How important is about staying hydrated, even during this time and when working out? Because I know I think you do your jogs every morning. I love it. I love when you do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so important to be well hydrated and to eat properly at this moment. You are the one who controls your destiny. So eat healthy and just make sure that you're hydrated, because your immune system will be powerful. And even if you get the coronavirus, if you're strong, it will not hurt you. So it's very important. And there's Danny Garcia is the mandatory contender. He's the silver champion, and it's such a great important division, because you have champion Errol Spence, you have Danny Garcia, you have Sean Porter, Manny Pacquiao, Thurman, so much great talent. Mikey Garcia made it successfully in the division, so it's a great division.
Yeah, I was meaning to ask you. I don't know if I ever asked you this in terms of Keith Thurman, because I remember he had an injury, and he was your WBC champion, I think 2016, 2017, and what's the current update with that in terms of him maybe getting a shot with the WBC when maybe he didn't lose it. I mean, I know he due to injury. So where is his position for WBC and getting a chance to fight for the title back?
Yeah, he's ranked in the WBC. He relinquished the title because he was injured, and he came back and fought for another organization. But now he's ranked in the WBC. He can have an opportunity to fight for the title. He's a great fighter.
Okay, somebody said, could Fury fight Joshua and give Wilder step aside money?
Yes, that is a provision that exists in the rules. The step aside provision allows a mandated a fight that is scheduled to have a negotiation. So that's something that could happen. Regarding the convention, we've been in contact with the organizers in Russia. They feel very comfortable and positive. They want to still hold it at the end of August. What we are going to do is going to wait for the end of May to evaluate the world situation and to see if we can continue with the convention as planned in Russia. We are very positive. We are staying on top. We're going ahead, and we're hoping that things will get back in track in the world, and can see our friends everywhere.
Yeah, in terms of the Russia event, right? If it let's say for example it doesn't happen, could we is there something that WBC can do in terms of like what you guys are doing with the panels,
Absolutely.
We will engage with the fans on the convention virtual. I think that would be a great idea for the fans.
We will be doing a convention one way or another this year. But everything, when something happens, there's opportunity, and new opportunities come, and we are discovering the digital world for meetings, and I think we really can get closer to the fans in the digital world somehow. So this is an experiment we're going to start doing, and this is very interesting.
Yeah, and the beauty about it right now, even currently, it's easy for all of us to just sit down and wait for this to end. But like I said to you in the beginning of the interview, I really appreciate you guys doing very different things and engaging with the fans, with fighters, with the family, and just sharing stories and being in a video call. Like that's very interesting because just you guys are just doing an amazing job just to keep the sport of boxing relevant and keep the fight fans hopeful. and I really enjoy that, and not just for you guys, for myself and other social media platforms that are out there and continuing to just keep the sport of boxing alive. So I do want to condemn
Thank you.
everybody for that.
And thank you. And let's do this anytime you like. I'm happy to do it, and I thank you so much for this opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, thank you. I have somebody said, do you think fighters will want to perform without spectators?
Of course, it's different. It's different, but if I'm a fighter, I want to go into the ring because I will have millions of people watching, and I can earn my living and be blessed to be one of the ones selected to perform right now. I'm sure they will be very motivated.
For your,
And
yeah, you can go.
tomorrow we have the WBC talks, and it's gonna be one-on-one with Mike Tyson.
Wow.
So it's gonna be fun. Today I had a beautiful conversation with Laila Lee and with Chavez Jr. in Spanish. So it's something that it's keeping the boxing community together, and it's something that I really enjoy doing.
I did see the Chavez one briefly. It was an amazing. You guys did it like a Zoom, right? And then
Yeah,
somebody recorded
soon.
it.
Every day we do WBC talks. 11 a.m. Mexico City, 1 p.m. Mexico City time. 11 a.m. is Spanish, 1 p.m. is English. And tomorrow is going to be the 18th program. And you can also watch them, all the ones that we have had in the WBC webpage or the WBC University webpage. They are very nice, very interesting.
For people that are interested in seeing the Mike Tyson one, what's the time for that one? With the one-on-one with Mike Tyson tomorrow.
Okay, that's gonna be 1 p.m. Mexico City, which is 2 p.m. in New York, or 11 in Los Angeles.
Pacific time. Got you. Yes, WBC boxing. You know what? Let me write it down for everybody. That WBC boxing. Let me just write it real quick, so anybody that wants to check it out. Give me 1 second. Maurice, I wanted to ask you too, in terms of, like, somebody asked a great question about the spectators as the fighters. You also mentioned that, it will be not a hard transition, but it'll be different, because the fighters are used to the fans, and some fighters even thrive over the audience noises and everything. Is that going to be a challenge for fighters, or do you think fighters will refuse to fight because they won't have that big support base on their side in their respective fight?
Everything is going to be different, so
Okay.
we have to adjust. If they tell me that I cannot go to my office, only if I go, me and two more, and I say, no, I want the full office, I have no choice. It's the time where we have to adjust and be grateful for what we have. It's going to be a different world for a while, maybe forever. What we are used to might never come back, or it will come back differently, but it's always challenging and positive. Let's look into it with interest to see what we can do.
Yeah, somebody said, will that affect their purses? I'm mentioning, I guess, the fighters, or I guess everybody.
Well, every economic activity in the world is being affected. So, of course, it's a landslide, sponsors, gates, all it has to be a new formula, but we all have to collaborate and participate in this.
Yeah. During this time right now, I know you keep yourself busy and doing a lot of different activities, but what is one thing you have learned about yourself during this self quarantine, or social distancing from the world?
To allow your heart to dictate to your mind, and not the other way around. Your mind says get worried, then your heart gets depressed and worried. But your heart has to be positive and has to want to give and to reach out to your friends and your family and your loved ones, continue active and not get depressed. If you fall in a depression, it's going to be very hard to get up. You do not allow your mind to get down, and it's very challenging. It's okay to cry.
Yeah, of course.
It's okay to go and be concerned and cry and let it out. It's okay to hug your wife and your kids and tell them that you love them and that you're gonna fight for them.
Yeah. I had a lot of fighters even before this. I've been interviewing a lot of them on Instagram, and I asked them just overall what I asked you, and a lot of people tell me, it's very unfortunate that this has happened, but it just shows you that it has to take something so phenomenal, like unfortunate events like this, to have people wake up and say, instead of me wanting the worst of this person, or I want to hate this person, I don't want to succeed. I hope that just coming out of this, we just all love and respect each other. We don't have to, like I said, I just want everybody to respect each other, just appreciate each other's, each other, and just value each other, because, we all could be successful in life. And
Yeah.
I hope that's something that people could take away from this after, hopefully this ends soon and we could get back to business. And
you know what I've learned through video conferences?
Yeah.
I learned to give a very warm hug. Okay? So I'm going to reach out to you. I'm going to give you a hug like this. Okay? Nice.
Thank you, Mauricio. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
God bless, my friend. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And anytime you like to do it, we'll do it again.
Thank you so much, Mauricio. Un honor, como le digo, un honor hablar con usted. Y como le digo, muchas gracias a Nancy, una gran persona. Gracias a RX Water, Tony. Y la verdad, un honor, y esperamos que hablamos pronto. Y como digo, será un honor, y si usted le puede dar como un sample, ¿no? Del otra semana del WBC title que hacen cada mayo y septiembre, nada más el mayo, pues, como
cuente con ello, claro que sí.
Gracias, Mauricio, hablamos
Muchas
pronto.
gracias.
Y suerte. Okay,
que Dios bendiga, hasta luego.
Thank you, Mauricio.